This video will be extremely useful for people who want to understand more about what sexual energy actually is, not what people made you think what it is through media, through wrong, usually concepts about it, and so on. And why and how is it correlated with God? Because it is correlated perfectly, believe me. And you will understand it by the end of this video. And I'm recording this video for people who are also really spiritual or they're interested in spirituality and they understand that sexual energy, sexual interactions, and so on, they work differently when you live on a different frequency. Simply saying, it's for the people who have a lot of emotional intelligence and they understand that they just don't want to give this energy around with like anyone. They don't do these cheap behaviors. For me, it's really cheap. These kind of people, you want to understand what is the sexual energy is actually and how to properly use it, how to maintain it, and to invest it actually. Let's talk about this today. I don't have a script. I'll just be like in the flow and I will give you what I'm supposed to give in this video. And this information comes from God, from the source, and I feel this information, like I experience it. So that's why it will transform you by the end of the video. So the first thing is, what is sexual energy? People nowadays, they can understand it by the sexual interaction, so basically sex, which is actually the lowest, like really the lowest form of experiencing sexual energy. So, sexual energy is not about sex, not at all. And in this 3D Earth, it is like this, but in 5D Earth, it's completely different. And sex in general is not about, having this interaction. Like, for what? For the physical experience only? Are you like an animal or what? It's deeper and it's different. It's the interaction of souls. It's not the interaction of bodies. It's interaction of souls through bodies. And that's the huge difference between the old mentality, 3D Earth. People still have it, unfortunately, because, like, look at the media. Like, in cinema, like, they have sex, like, when they meet each other. And this is totally wrong. And we'll talk about this too today. Anyway, on the 5D Earth is different. Because your consciousness is more elevated, you're like more mature, you're emotionally mature, first of all, and you understand that you don't actually need that. Of course you feel needs as a human, you're still in a human body, but it's different, and we'll talk about this again later when I'll talk about um the relationship topic, and this interaction, including sexual energy. But in general, this energy is collected in the bottom of your stomach. For women, it's their womb. For men, it's the location of the sacral chakra. So this is the location. But generally speaking, sexual energy is actually Kundalini energy, which is about like the energy of our vitality, of our internal resource that fuels everything in our reality. And let me explain you more, like let me like break it down for you, like on a really simple level. So for example, you live your life, okay? And you don't just live your life, you have your goals, you have your passions, you are interested in something. And what fuels you in this case? Like you want something, you desire it. And this one thing, like this desire, is about sexual energy. So you already experiencing it because you want something from this life. And the more you want, like the bigger your goals, desires, ambitions, the more sexual energy you have. And again, you see, it's not correlated with sex, like not at all, like no connection here. And yeah, of course, this kind of people can be considered really sexy because they have like this a lot of passion, a lot of energy, a lot of magnetism, because that's what high sexual energy does to people or any individual. But again, this energy is about desiring life, wanting life, um, wanting something good and big for yourself and others. So basically, it's the energy of life. And a woman, that's how she's made, contains this energy naturally. And she gives this energy to a man when they're in a relationship. And not only sexually, okay? She just gives this the energy of pleasure, like expansion, wanting more, and so on. So this is already an interaction. And again, we are not talking about sex yet. Do you understand it again? And this source, like the divine source, the divine, this is really divine energy that is given to you, to enjoy and to experience pleasure in life. Because without this energy, without wanting something, life becomes really tasteless. There's no taste, there's no interest, there's literally nothing. It's like the energy that motivates you to to gain more, to give more, to interact more, and just to be more. That's what this energy is about, and it comes from God. And let's dive into the relationship topic right now. So basically, people think that sexual energy is only and solely about sex, which is wrong. Because again, sex and sexual interaction is just, the lowest form of uh, exchanging sexual energy. Yes. And I don't mean that we don't need sex here. No, don't get me wrong. I want to lead you into something else. Not what media shows you, not what you may think about it, but something else that comes from God. And how has God planned it all for us? Like how it's supposed to be. And again, it's not like it's shown right now in media, through social media, like you date, and you can still have sexual interaction when you're dating, or when you just met person. By God, this is totally wrong concept. And I mean, yeah, you can do this because of your free will, but naturally, that's not how it's supposed to be. Um, because at least for the last years, God has been preparing me for my partner, and I know that. And what I have discovered is that since I made a decision that the next man I'll meet will be my husband, like in every way, I made a decision that I'll have celibacy. Like, you can Google it, what it is exactly if you don't know it. That's my conscious decision. God has put this idea into me, and it feels absolutely right. And if you're the same type of person as me, you understand that you still have to maintain the sexual energy you have because you do not waste it anymore. And when you'll be married, because for me, it's the only form of a relationship, And yeah, you can joke about Middle Eastern countries that they don't date too because of their religion. But believe me, this is absolutely right. And this is how God wanted us to have it always. Always. Like how it's supposed to be. And this modern dating type of thing, you just waste your energy, especially if you're a woman. You waste your sexual energy that literally builds lives because a kid, a child, comes from the desire as well, from the desire between you two because of sexual energy again. So basically, sexual energy creates everything in our reality, every material form, including us. That's why we shouldn't feel shameful about sex and sexual energy because it's like natural. But anyway, let's continue about relationships. So, as I mentioned, the only form that should be normal for human beings is marriage. No dating, no like discovering do we fit each other or not. Because believe me, if that's your person, you have no questions because you feel attraction, and if you feel it physically, you can sense it. You don't need any test drives or bullshit like this, believe me. And what I'm sharing with you right now is definitely from God. It's not from like my mind. No, this is something I'm experiencing now, and I feel, yeah, this is right. And why no one teaches us this at schools or like anywhere? Because what I see nowadays is really sad story, really sad story. Because if we don't grow in the relationship as we're supposed to grow, or we don't grow as humankind, and this is another topic for the discussion. But anyway, as I said, sex should be only in marriage. And if you're a woman, you understand that you are secure in this relationship. It's not like he used your energy and left, or maybe even left you with a child, and you have no security at all, and he has no responsibility. And it's like another topic for discussion, but like seriously, even think about this logically. Like logically. This isn't like total nonsense for me, honestly. And if we're talking about interaction like this, again, feminine sexual energy builds realities. Not only the material stuff, it can literally build realities. You can manifest whatever you want using sexual energy. And as an example, Marilyn Monroe, she was a master manifester as well. And she used her high sexual energy because, like Britney Spears, for example, she also had a lot of sexual energy before, at least. And this type of people, they're supposed to be stars. They're supposed to be seen because they magnetize easily because again of sexual energy. So anyway, Marilyn Monroe, she used this energy to manifest her presence, her aura, and how people saw her. And that's like a quick little example because people still need more exploration of sexual energy and how to use it. And probably right now you have a reasonable question like, okay, so I'll wait till I meet my husband or my wife. So how am I supposed to handle my sexual energy if I can use it with someone? Like for example, I have a desire, like I feel turned on. So what am I supposed to be doing? Well, you have to understand there is nothing wrong with your feelings and how you feel because again, you are in a human body and what you experience is totally normal. It means that you're a really healthy person, and that's okay. But you know what? Instead of just, wasting this energy, and by wasting, I mean masturbation, for example, because it's a waste of sexual energy, honestly. Um, you can use this energy, for example, for manifestation. Like when you feel this impulse, do not try to waste it like immediately to something. try to hold it and learn to hold it, but try to, to handle it. And that's a different story. And when you learn to handle it, like when you'll start being in control, especially of this powerful energy, your life will completely change, believe me. So, for example, you can hold it and visualize, for example, something you want. When you learn to invest it in something you want, like to redirect it, not to just, like physical action, whatever, because this energy is better to use with your partner. And for me, it feels like it's better. It's up to you to, like, you can listen to me and do, um, and still do as whatever you want, like as you wish to do. But listen to your heart right now and to your intuition and what is telling you when you are listening to me, when you were listening to me through this video. What it tells you, what is right. That will be your answer. But anyway, learn to use it for your profit, not just to waste it. Because again, sexual energy is one of the most powerful energies in this universe, as well as love. And when you hold it and invest it in what you want, when you will not just, follow the impulse and, I don't know, do some wrong thing, for example, if it's about um a person you barely know, or just you're like in dating, I don't know, whatever. Because for me it's wrong, so I will judge it. I don't care, I will judge it. And you will try to use it this way because, of this wild impulse that you cannot hold and handle. You're just wasting a lot of powerful energy. And instead, when you pull back to yourself, hold it, learn to handle it, and invest in what you want, in your manifestations, that's when everything will change again for you. Believe me. So, these are my thoughts, and I think this is channeling from God about sexual energy. Let me know what you think in the comments. Like, does it even resonate with you? Or maybe you found some answers that you were seeking before, and now you're like everything is fine with me. Like, I wasn't wrong feeling all that. And if you have any questions left, please ask them in the comment section. Subscribe to my channel if you haven't yet. Please give this video a thumbs up for an energy exchange and that other people will find this video as well. See you next time. Bye bye.